On today's video, I want to talk about 5 important traits that I look for when I'm hiring a new bouncer candidate, starting right now. Hello everybody, it's Perry from BouncerTipsTV.com, and I'm a nightlife security professional as well as director of security at a large Phoenix nightclub. Here at Bouncer Tips, we talk about tips, tricks, and we talk about the tools that we use here in the nightlife security industry. If this is the type of content that you're interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also make sure you hit that little notification bell so you get updates of future content. Now here at Bouncer Tips, I really do enjoy interacting with the people that subscribe to my channel, so if you do hit that subscribe button, leave a little note for me in the comment section letting me know that you did so I can welcome you personally to the channel. In my many years of being a director of security and working as a manager inside the entertainment industry, I've actually had the opportunity to interview hundreds of potential applicants for bouncing jobs. And there are certain things and certain traits that I commonly look for. And what I'm going to do today is on this video, we're going to talk a little bit about 5 important traits that I want to find or I want to see in a bouncer applicant before I hire them. So let's get started. One of the most important traits and one of the things I look for very closely in an applicant is their reliability. And when I'm interviewing a potential applicant, I'll ask probing questions to find out how reliable they are. First question I'll ask, do they have reliable transportation? Are they going to be able to be on their post when I need them on their post? And that's one of the very first questions that I'll ask. If they don't have reliable transportation, then you're taking a crapshoot whether they're going to be there on time, and watch out for the backs of the other employees that are in your establishment. So you need to make sure they have reliable transportation. Secondly, you need to make sure that you're looking through their resume to see if they have priority in being reliable. And what I mean by that, do they have longevity at a particular previous employer? Do they have a track record on their application of going to a job and then leaving it very shortly thereafter? Those are the type of little cues that I'm looking for to make sure that they're a reliable person. And I'll also ask some probing questions about their overall reliability. Because if you're not there on your post when I need you there, there's potential for your staff members and your fellow bouncers to be exposed, and that could lead to one of your teammates getting injured seriously. The second important trait that I really look for is being trustworthy. Being trustworthy is a huge thing for me, and at my club it's very important that I can trust my employees. There's a lot of hours that are covered in my club. We're open 7 days a week. We have bouncers usually there 5 nights a week. So there's a lot of hours that are covered where I'm not there. And what I need is to be able to trust my staff to know that they're going to run the place and do the job that I need them to do every single time they're there. And being trustworthy is a big part of that. So I look for trustworthy signs. I look for scenarios. I talk about scenarios in their past where we talk about trust and how you built trust inside your organization or with somebody else. I look for an example. For example, if I'm talking to somebody in an interview, I might ask them, give me an example of a situation where you built trust with somebody and you guys work together as a team. Those are the types of things that I'm trying to get detailed information on in an interview of how reliable and how trustworthy they are as an employee. Once you have their trust, there's a lot of things in this business that you can be involved with that require that trust. For example, at my front door, I have to rely on my doorman to get the guest in the door and have them pay the cover without taking money for themselves. I also have to be aware that I will sometimes ask my staff to handle money inside the building, and I have to be able to trust them if they're going to be able to take on that responsibility. But most importantly, I need to make sure I trust them when I need them to watch my back. And I need them to watch my back in situations when I'm dealing with a customer that might be violent. I'm working with a big group of people and trying to calm them down. I need to make sure that they're there, and I have to have that trust in them that if something goes down, they're going to have my back and watch out for my best interest. If I don't have that trust, they make it very difficult for me to continue to work with them. I want to make sure I can trust them wholeheartedly with my personal safety, so it's important that that trust is built up. And I want to find out in that interview process how reliable and how trustworthy they are. Moving on to the third trait, it's responsible. And what I mean by that is you have to take ownership of your position. You have to make sure that you come in and are prepared for your shift. you need to be a responsible person inside the club. Are you a person that is able to handle your business and be responsible for your own actions? Are you going to be able to keep your control in dangerous situations? Are you going to be able to handle yourself if a situation gets out of control, or if you're called a bad name, or if things are not going your way? You need to make sure that you're responsible in the way that you control your action. And those are the things that I'm really looking for, is how responsible is this person? And I'm looking for examples on their application of things that they were put in charge of or given extra responsibilities to, so I know that in their past they've been able to step up and to be a responsible employee. So we need to make sure that you're responsible, reliable, and trustworthy. A fourth important trait that I look for in a nightclub bouncer is having a personality. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be the most outgoing person, doesn't mean you have to be a comedic person, doesn't mean you have to be the cheeriest person in the world, but you do have to have some sort of personality. You have to be able to communicate effectively with people. If you are afraid to talk to people, this may not be the right fit for you. So when I'm in an interview process, I'm talking a lot with the person, trying to probe for information to get them to engage me in a conversation. I want to know that when I'm talking to this person and they're out on the floor, they're able to communicate effectively with the guests. They're going to be able to communicate their needs to a potential problem in the club. And also I want to make sure that they have a personality that coexists with everybody on the team so they can work together and be a cohesive unit. I'm sure we all seen in the movies where the bouncers just sit there with their arms crossed and don't say a word. But really, it's all about being a personable person. This job requires somebody to be personable with the guests, to make sure that they're continually happy coming back. But you also have to be personable enough to make sure that you're able to get your point across should situations arise inside your club. And the fifth trait that I find most important is, are you a team player? This is a team sport. Everybody that works in the club is on a team. Whether you're on the security team, whether you're in the employee team, meaning that you work with the bouncers, you work with servers, you work with bartenders, all those, you are a team. And if you're not a team player, it makes it very difficult to have cohesion on our group. So you need to make sure that you're a team player. You need to make sure that you go the extra mile to build relationships with the people that you work with on your team, and you take care of those people as if you were part of the group or part of the family. I try to really strive in my club to make sure that all the people that are in my security team, as well as all the staff that I have underneath me, as far as servers, bartenders, that kind of stuff, are all under my umbrella as my family. I look out for them as if they're people that I work with. These are people that I love. These are people that are in my family that I need to watch out for. And that's part of being a team. You need to make sure that you have teamwork. You need to make sure that you build a cohesive unit, and you need to make sure that you have the right personality and work with other people inside your team to make sure that things run smoothly. And that's what's called being a team player. By being a team player, it makes your nights go a lot smoother. You've got relationships with people, and it makes the club more fun. And the whole energy in the establishment can change because you have great teamwork with the fellow co-workers. So it's very important that you be a team player and build that teamwork inside the club. Now, those were 5 traits that I look for in hiring a new bouncer employee. If you have other traits that you think are important, please leave a little message down in the comments section letting me know what those are. I'd like to see what your thoughts are. In the meantime, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to learn more about the nightlife security industry, click this link right here, and you've just been taken beyond the ropes. Have a great day, everybody.